Power outages can strike anywhere. Whether you're living in a bustling city block or in a quiet homestead. And while a couple of hours might not seem long, how would you cope if it was days, weeks, or even months? Today I'll walk you through some of my essential tips for surviving a power outage and staying as comfortable as possible. Are you prepared for a power outage? In the city or suburbs, water usually continues to work during shorter power outages because of gravity-fed systems or water towers. However, if the outage is widespread or prolonged, pumping stations could lose power, and the water may stop altogether. Even if water continues to run, the pressure may drop, and with it, the quality of the water. Low pressure can allow contaminants to enter the pipes, and without a fully functioning treatment plant, the water may not be safe to drink without boiling or filtration. On the homestead, you might already have a rainwater collection system or a well in place. If so, make sure your hand pumps and gravity-fed options are ready to go before an outage strikes. However, many rural properties also rely on electric pumps to access their water, so it's important to have a generator or a backup solution for these systems. Regardless of where you live, it's always a good idea to have some water stored for emergencies, either bottled water or in water-specific jerry cans. If there's a chance that the power will be out for some time, then fill your sinks and bathtubs. To give you some idea of the quantity, to ensure you have enough for drinking, cooking, and basic hygiene, you need at least 4 litres per person per day. Now, let's talk about food. We eat fresh when it's available and can dehydrate or freeze any surplus. If the power outage looks like it's going to last for several days, and you don't have a petrol generator or any other way to keep your fridge and freezers running, it's time to start prioritising your perishable and frozen goods. To avoid wastage, start eating, cooking, or even canning these items before they spoil. Many rural households have a wood stove for their cooking and heating, but look, in the middle of summer, lighting a wood stove just might not be practical. I don't know where you are, but here in Australia, almost every household has a barbecue, and they are a fantastic option for outdoor cooking. Just make sure you've got plenty of spare gas bottles and charcoal ready to go. And if you're cooking over an open campfire, ensure you're doing so safely. For shorter outages, camping stoves are really handy. Again, you need to have a good supply of gas canisters, butane gas canisters put aside, and then you can cook simple meals quickly and efficiently. These, of course, need to be used outside or in a well-ventilated area. But regardless of where you are, keeping a well-stocked pantry with non-perishable goods is essential. Aim for 2 to 3 months' worth of food. Items such as soups, tuna, salmon. One of our personal favourites is stag chili. Muesli bars, canned fruit and veg, and of course, pasta, noodles and rice. All these things can help you get through a few days without electricity. But stock what works for you. And don't wait until a power outage to stock up, because by then, stores might have sold out of essentials, or even been forced to close if they've also lost power. Depending on the cause of the outage, it may not be safe to shop, roads may be impassable, or panicked crowds could create unsafe situations, so planning ahead and staying prepared means avoiding these risks entirely. When it comes to lighting during a power outage, candles, torches and headlamps are an absolute must. but be sure to keep a good stock of extra matches and batteries on hand, as they can be difficult to come by in a prolonged power down situation. For a touch of ambience and practicality, oil lamps and lanterns are great alternatives, especially for longer outages. For more modern solutions, you can get a variety of battery or solar-powered lighting options, such as lanterns and string lights, or even solar-powered path lights, which are really great. They charge during the day, provide long-lasting illumination at night. They're simple to use, environmentally friendly, and perfect for off-grid living or emergencies. So when it comes to lighting during a power outage, there really are plenty of options to keep your space well illuminated. A petrol generator can get you through a whole host of challenging situations, and they're a popular choice, but they do come with considerations like noise, fumes, and potential safety concerns in populated areas. They're perfect for running larger appliances, but you'll need to keep in mind the ongoing fuel costs and the need for proper ventilation. Also, depending on the size of your generator, they could be heavy and difficult to move around. For instance, my generator here is impossible for me to move on my own. Some larger petrol generators are designed with built-in wheels and handles like this one, making them much more easier to maneuver, even for one person. It's definitely something to consider when choosing a generator. Here's a handy tip. Notice the cork in the exhaust of this generator. It's there to keep the mud wasps from building nests inside when it's not in use, something you don't want to discover in the middle of a power outage. If you're looking for a quieter and more versatile alternative, there's also portable power stations, and they're a great option. They can keep essential devices running, and most can be recharged with AC power, if it's available, through your car cigarette lighter or with portable solar panels, providing continuous energy during prolonged outages. Solar-powered options are an excellent way to stay independent and prepared. Compact battery banks are incredibly versatile, ideal for charging phones and small devices during an outage. This particular unit, for instance, comes with multiple components, making it more than just a simple charger. In fact, the manufacturer claims it can even jump-start a car. Although I haven't had a reason to test that feature yet, these compact solutions are lightweight, easy to store, and can make a big difference in keeping your essentials powered. If it's cold, staying warm is crucial. Some people who have wood stoves or fireplaces need to stock up on firewood before there's a power outage. You can also layer clothing, use extra blankets, and gather in one room to conserve heat. Sleeping bags rated for low temperatures can also make a big difference. And for those of us who have slept in a tent, you would know that they can get quite warm. So grab your tent and put it up in your living room or kitchen and crawl on in, and you'll be as snug as a bug in a rug. Let's delve into some additional tips to help you navigate power outages safely and comfortably. Don't overlook the little things because they can make a big difference. Starting with first aid kits. Power outages seem to invite accidents. You're wandering around in the dark, which you may not be used to, moving heavy generators, cooking with fire, using barbecues, or butane gas cookers, some of which you may not be used to using. And there's a whole myriad of reasons why the number of accidents go up when the power goes down. So keep your first aid kit well stocked and easy to find. Ensure you have an adequate supply of essential medications. And if anyone in your household requires prescription pharmaceuticals, make sure you've got a stock of that on hand as well. Safety first. While candles and oil lamps can provide light, they do also pose fire hazards. Use them cautiously, placing them away from flammable materials, and never leave them unattended. And just like with everything else, you need to stock up on fuel for your lamps, wicks, lighters and matches. Unplug electrical items. To protect your devices from potential power surges when the electricity is restored, unplug appliances and electronics, but keep one light switched on just to alert you when the power returns. Emergency food supplies. Various organisations recommend keeping at least a 3-week supply of non-perishable food and water stored for emergencies. However, most preparedness circles would suggest maintaining a minimum 3-month supply to ensure self-sufficiency and resilience during extended disruptions. Be sure to have a good supply of torches and extra batteries readily available to help you navigate in the dark safely. Portable generators. If you have or plan to invest in a petrol generator, don't let the instruction manual gather dust. Read it, learn it, and test it before you need it. Trust me, the middle of an outage is not the time to figure out how to use your generator. Ensure it's stored and used safely. Always operate it outdoors, away from windows and doors, to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Make sure you have adequate supplies of fuel for your generator, barbecues, or butane gas cookers. Have a selection of long extension leads for your generator. Pick up a compact battery pack. Make sure it's fully charged and familiarise yourself with its operation to power essential electronics when needed. Stay informed. An old-fashioned battery-powered radio or a hand crank radio can be invaluable for receiving news and weather updates when other communication methods are just unavailable. And the last tip? Well, practice makes perfect. Here's an idea. Why not do your own version of a fire drill? Call it a power outage drill. Once or twice a year, turn off your power for a few hours. Or if you're feeling adventurous, go a whole weekend. See what works, what doesn't, and make adjustments. Because let's face it, some things you're only going to figure out when you're knee-deep in chaos. A power outage doesn't have to be a crisis. With some preparation, you can turn a lengthy power outage into a manageable experience.